Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's happening, sports fans? People who love sports all around the world. Your boy Wildcard Mar in the building. Your boy Detroit Mel in the building.
What up, though?
What up, though? I know it's not our usual start time, but it's all right. It's okay. It is what it is. It's because we got a special episode for you guys today.
And we colored people.
Well, yeah. I mean, we gonna give it a few times. I mean, that's a given. But I can't with this guy. But you got me messed up now. It's the time of the year. It's the time of the year that we have our annual AFC NFC Championship weekend preview show.
Right.
We got a group of some great sports content creators dropping through. They're going to talk some sports with us. We got a rep from the Lions that does some great Lions content. We got a rep from the 49ers that does some great 49ers content. We got a Chiefs reporter. He was on our inaugural AFC NFC Championship weekend. He'll be dropping by tonight. We also have a Ravens content creator because, hey, man, it's AFC NFC Championship weekend. We getting down to the nitty gritty of the NFL playoffs.
Gritty, bro.
Yeah, we getting down to the nitty gritty. Liddy like a titty up in this bitty. So that's what it is, man. But man, how you doing, Detroit, man? What's good, my brother?
Doing good, man. Out here trying to get this money, man.
Yeah, man. I feel you, dog, man. Trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. Ain't that what they say?
I'm in a nickel.
Don't get jammed like a pickle. That's what they say.
You know what I'm saying? Money hard to get out here, man. I had to start doing
out here for a pimp. hey, shout out to Chuck Pagano. I heard him singing that song today on Pat McAfee song. I thought that was quite hilarious.
Bruh,
but
hold on, but do you see what's old girl name? Haley Van Leer. She got the Hustle and Flow braids. You see her?
Yeah,
she got the Hustle and Flow braids, bro.
Yeah, hey, it'd be like that. Hey, speaking of that, I cannot wait for tonight. For those who do not watch women's basketball,
you missing out.
You missing out because South Carolina and LSU is going to be a spectacle tonight. I can't wait for that.
It's hard out here for a bill. When you trying to get this money for the real.
So
thought I had to play a theme song.
Hey, good luck. But nah, tap in tonight. I cannot wait for that match.
Great game, bro. It's gonna be a great game. I'm gonna tell you though. I'm gonna say this though.
Yeah,
I think South Carolina bench is deeper than LSU.
Well, yeah,
and I think that's where South Carolina has the advantage. Then I want to see what what's her name? God, I can't think of her name. I'm talking about 6'7" chick.
Who talking about
Cardoso.
Oh, okay.
I want to see what they do with her because she's tall, man. She got length, and in that paint, I don't think nobody on LSU can really bang with her if she does right. And then you got Chloe Kitts, who's like 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah,
they got some big, tall, lanky players on their team.
Yeah, not for real. I mean, that's gonna be LSU's probably Achilles heels. How can he deal with the death of South Carolina? Because hey, man, Dawn Staley building a juggernaut down there. I don't care what nobody says.
And then when Fawali come along,
oh yeah, it's gonna be nice.
Nice with it. It's gonna be nice.
Oh, well, I can't wait. But like I said, it's AFC NFC Championship weekend. We're gonna definitely preview that for sure. We'll get to that in just a moment. And then once we get our guests out the way, I definitely want to talk to you, Detroit, man, because I got to talk about this Jim Harbaugh move, how you feel about it, and I got to talk about the Doc Rivers situation in Milwaukee. So we'll talk about that later in the show once we get all our guests through. But it's time. It is time. It is time to talk football, baby. And we're gonna start with the NFC Championship match because we got the Detroit Lions taking on the San Francisco 49ers for a chance to go to Vegas for the Super Bowl. And here to help us preview, we got our peoples, my man Boxer, the play callers, representing them San Francisco 49ers. What's up with you, Box?
What's up, man? What's up?
What's happening, man?
What's happening? Detroit, man, go ahead and introduce your Detroit rep. What up, though? Y'all banded. It's only I only know 5 Lions fans, and all y'all been crazy as hell this year. So go ahead.
You can stick around me longer. I introduce you more. No, but this is Spirit Detroit, who I always watch. There's only a few Detroit Lions podcasts that I say I respect. I watch a lot of them, but it's only very few that I really respect. When I mean that by their opinion and what they say, and have some great insight. And this guy right here, Spirit Detroit, every time he as soon as it come up, I'm clicking on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm see what he got to say. A lot of times what he say inspires what I make on my video. I'm like, that's a good point. I'm gonna have to get on that, So I'm gonna let him tell about his content when we bring him on. But here's Spirit of Detroit. What up, Domain?
How you doing? I'm glad to be here. How you doing?
Good.
What's going on? Spirit of Detroit. 313
Yeah. I see you're a KC fan. I hope not to see y'all. You and Taylor Swift, I hope not. I want y'all out of there. And I like Mahomes. I just don't want to see Taylor Swift and all that nonsense.
Hey, my brother. Do you understand how hard it has been on me all year? Because I feel the same way you do, but I still got a root for my team, and I got to deal with that crap. So it's like, it's a gift and a curse right now.
First it was his wife, then it was his brother-in-law or his brother. Now it's his teammate's girlfriend.
Bruh.
It's a spectacle.
Trust me, it has been hurtful. It's just because it's like, like I just want football content. I don't want all this other.
Right. And you know what's funny? It's bad enough. I got to see that. Once the game cut off, it cut to a farmers, and I see him selling insurance.
Hey man. Hey, I just wish it could be about football. But hey, Spirit of Detroit, real quick, man, go ahead. Let all the audience know of all your content when they can find you at, my dude.
Oh yeah, it's YouTube all day, man. You can find me on YouTube. Just type in Spirit of Detroit podcast. I'm putting out videos more often now. Sometimes I get a little more absent because the fans get crazy. Because I used to be a golf hater bad, and they used to hate me so much. Now he's doing what he's doing, and everybody love him. So they was coming for me bad. So I had to get off there. But I'm on there all the time, and we uploading videos daily. So
that's what's up. Yeah. Box, tell the people they can find you at, my dude.
Yeah, man, you can find us over on YouTube at Real Play Callers is the handle. We live every Friday night, 7:30 p.m. EST.
That's what's up. So, my man, Spirit of Detroit, kind of give your breakdown on how did the Lions get to this point that they are playing NFC Championship football on this weekend, and kind of give the audience a synopsis of just the whole breakdown of the whole Detroit Lions 2023-2024 season.
Well, it starts with Dan Campbell, and it starts with player development. I think Dan Campbell, as much as he braggadocious and all that stuff, that loud stuff, he is really an intelligent individual. Mm-hmm. He realized when he got Goff, and I don't know, this is said every weekend we will watch the games. Lion fans just squeeze past it. But Goff had to kind of build himself up. There was a lot of stopgaps in LA where they, if he couldn't do something, they didn't do it. If he couldn't do something, then they would force him to do everything he couldn't do. They would make the franchise quarterback. When Goff got in the trade here, Dan Campbell not only coached him up, but worked with him. Whatever he couldn't do, all right, we're going to do things you like to do, and we're going to get the best out of you with the most out of you. And we're going to do things down the field. You put that with Brad Holmes, putting up some pieces like Amon-Ra St. Brown, drafting Sewell, some gems in the draft like James Houston, guys like Barnes. You start surrounding and building a team. And I think that 9-8 run towards the end of the season really showed what this team could be. Even when we were 1-6 last year, we were still tops in the NFL in passing. The defense was a little pedestrian at first 6-7 weeks. But then we just got hot, and from then on, we've won 22 games out of the last 25. So, we're looking at a situation where Dan Campbell has steered the ship. He's went with the hot hand. He's trusted the players around him. He's trusted the coaches around him. He's built a staff, and he's really inspired a coaching tree of development. So he's developed a quarterback. He's developed a namesake of grit and toughness and a culture. And I think that with Sheila Ford from the top down, they're just trying to win.
I dig it. Hey, trust me, I've been listening to Detroit Mail talk about the struggles of the Detroit Lions for quite a long time since we started this podcast. Trust me. Hey, man, I know it's been tough for y'all. So y'all looking real good on the up and up for sure. Bots, man, same question to you. Kind of give us the breakdown on how the San Francisco 49ers are in this position to make another trip to the Super Bowl. How did the season break down and everything? Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, it's interesting, man, because I talked about this last year, that there was this transformation with Brock Purdy in terms of the team, where Kyle Shanahan went from a guy who really wanted to run the ball 25, 30 times a game to all of a sudden we had a passing offense. And it's really evolved to we are actually a pass-first team versus a run-first team now. Because a lot of people, what they did is they figured out our scheme. So they were actually coming for the running game. They figured out how to shut it down. And once they did, we were in trouble with Jimmy Garoppolo back there, right? So Jimmy Garoppolo could operate great as a quarterback when the running game was working. You shut down a running game, Jimmy was in trouble. Brock Purdy seems to be able to improvise, make plays outside of that a lot better. So I really think a big part of the reason why the 49ers are back in this situation, I know Brock ain't been perfect. He's had some bad games and some situations this year, just like anybody you would expect. It's in their second season, right? But overall, I think his progression as a quarterback this season is the primary reason why they're in the position. Now, obviously, with that being said, you got Christian McCaffrey, you got Deebo Samuel, you got Brandon Ayuk, you got George Kittle. Those pieces definitely help. And Christian McCaffrey coming over last year unlocked this offense to a whole new level, right? Because Kyle Shanahan has never had a running back like Christian McCaffrey before. On the defensive side, you bring in Steve Wilkes. I was excited about the hire in the offseason. I was about ready to run the dude out of town by week 5. But he got it together, kind of figured, okay, this is what's going on. I know the run defense hasn't looked great. I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that Eric Armstead has been out. So he's back healthy. Last week was his first week back, so you expect a little rust with that. But that's kind of been the big thing, right? Is this team has actually been relatively healthy this season. Outside of a few, injuries. And even when we have had some issues like Armstead being out, causing us to give up run game stuff, the offense played well enough that it didn't really matter because teams couldn't run the ball against us anyways. So that's really what this team has been built on, is we've gone from being a reliable, strictly on the defense, run-first team to a team that attacks opposing defenses and then allows our defense to be in a situation where they can attack your passing game because you're being forced to draw back into the football.
Okay. So Detroit Mail, obviously you being a Lions fan, I just want to get your unbiased opinion on how you think this championship game gonna go.
When I was looking at
bias,
I'm gonna do my best. No, but when you look at the two teams, man, when I look at San Francisco, I look at what the Lions can be when they finally fully develop, because they got a lot of rookies out there. Not taking nothing away from them, but they got rookies on their team that is nothing going to do but get better as they progress along, as they get more time. And I think that's what you look at the Niners. That's what the Lions can be. What I mean by that, if you look at Brock Purdy and Jared Goff are kind of similar in a lot of ways. You see sometimes when Brock Purdy gets in certain situations, he makes some mistakes. Same thing with Jared Goff. He gets in certain situations, he makes some mistakes. But when there's a clean pocket and things working around, they both look like, top 10 quarterbacks, and they win football games. When you look at the running game, we look at Gibbs and McCaffrey. McCaffrey is what Gibbs can be because McCaffrey is a veteran. Gibbs is a rookie. Give him some time, that's what you're going to have in Gibbs. Now, I think the Lions will have a better advantage. They got a two-headed monster back there with Montgomery and Gibbs. And then, you go to the defensive line. They got some pieces on the defensive line where I think if they develop, wait for Pascal to kind of step up a little more. You got Houston healthy. I think that, that and look at Niners offensive line, kind of the same thing. I think only thing where the Niners have the biggest advantage is the secondary. I think our secondary, I don't know if it's going to develop. I think they're going to have to get some more pieces out there and draft.
Be nice. Be nice. Give them cheeks, dog. Be nice.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But I think you go like from the front forward to the linebackers. I think that, especially because you got Jack Campbell out there, and Jack Campbell's a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
He can't develop into a great linebacker with like Greenlaw, and honestly, what's the other?
Fred Warner.
Yeah, thank you, and Warner. You know what I'm saying? He can develop into that. He's a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
He's a vet. Like I said, the only thing I think is just our cornerbacks, man. I like what Malifonwu is starting to step up. I like what he's doing. I like how, because I was ready, like he's ready to run Wilkes out of town. I was ready to run AG out of town. It's like, come on, man, we're gonna get some pressure. But I like how now he's using Malifonwu, Brian Branch, putting in pressures, disguising how the blitz is coming. It's just that now I was watching the game at a sports bar, the Tampa Bay game. Some Lions fans in there, and he was like, Cam Sutton is garbage. I said, he's not garbage. He's just not a number one. He's a good number two. He's not a number one, and he's small. He's short, small. He's going up against tall, big receivers. You know what I'm saying? I think if you get a good number one over there, and you got Cam Sutton, I think they'd be okay, and maybe another draft pick. But far as the game go, I think that the Lions have a chance to win this game. They've got to play mistake-free football. Okay. I think they play mistake-free football to have a chance to win this game.
I got you. For me personally, I think it's this is I think whoever has the ball last type of game. You're going to see two teams that I think are very physical, very gritty, and when you have those same style kind of clash against each other, it's almost, well, who's going to be able to last long in that game? As in, it's a game of how many bodies are going to be left standing at the end of 60 minutes? No, because I think this is a physical game. I think the 49ers and Lions are absolutely going to beat the shit out of each other. It's going to be a physical game. It's going to be, like good old JR say, it's going to be a slobber knocker. They're going to beat the crap out of each other, bro. And it's who can, whose body's going to be able to, stand up in a physical fight like this, especially in crunch time. You look at, both teams, and on the defense, like you said, the front seven, I think it's pretty much, not that much of a slight difference or advantage wise towards the 49ers. Although I would, on paper, you like, oh man, 49ers easily, but look at how they get after it in Detroit. It's just that back end of Detroit, that secondary, man, is boy. If Swiss cheese was a defensive, analogy of that, yeah, it'd be that. I mean, the secondary of the Detroit Lions is probably the only thing that I can, as an outsider looking in, scares me. But I mean, and that doesn't go well when you got Kittle, Debo, McCaffrey coming out the backfield, I.O.W, who's had a great season. That doesn't bode well. So that's probably the only slight advantage I see right there. So that's why I might be leaning towards the 49ers only on that behalf. Box, jump in here real quick and kind of give me your breakdown and give me the advantages and disadvantages you think that you have for the 49ers.
Yeah, so I mean, when I look at kind of both of these teams, right, the 49ers really haven't gotten after the quarterback this year like they have in the past, right? That's been kind of a concern all season, is we're not really getting the sacks. But what people don't really talk a lot about is this team gets a lot of pressure. So you're not necessarily getting it home, but you are affecting throws. And that's one of the big reasons why our interception numbers have absolutely jumped this year. And, I think having a guy who specializes in the secondary and Steve Wilkes helps with that as well. So to me, that's actually going to be one of the big advantages. And I think that tough game against Green Bay last week is a huge benefit to us right now for two reasons. Number one, just like Detroit, Green Bay had a lot of weapons. They spread the ball around. They're not just going to feed one guy. You had to be focused on the entire field. And because that game was a slobber knocker, you ended up in a situation where you really had to show your veteran leadership, right? You had to come through and show that heart to pull that game out. If Green Bay came out there and gave it their best chance, they hit us in the mouth over and over again, and we took all their punches. And all we ended up doing in the end was we delivered a knockout punch. And it's going to take that kind of game this week because, as you said, Mar, these are going to be two teams that are going to go out there and smash each other in the mouth, right? Go, use your JR analogy. Somebody getting kicked in the solar plexus. Somebody getting a sabat kick. So, to me, when I look at these teams, the thing that I have to start to separate is, okay, where are the strengths, where are the weaknesses, and how do the defenses match up? So, for Detroit, my biggest concern as a 49ers fan is that run game. You know, I'm hoping that getting Eric Armstead back and getting that rust off and Javon Kinlaw playing better and all that stuff, I'm hoping that's going to lead to better defense against the run. Because if Detroit can get that run game going, it's going to make life really hard on us, right? And if you look at the Packers game, outside of the first two drives, they actually did play pretty well. You know what happened on the third series of that game? They pulled Sebastian Joseph Day out, and they put Javon Kinlaw in, and he was playing well. That was why all of a sudden the Packers really weren't running the ball as effectively against us. So that's going to be the big thing they have to do. If you're the Lions, on the other hand, look, your secondary is not covering the 49ers receivers. It's just not. Like Debo back at practice today, so he leaning towards it, going to be playing. We know I.U. Is a really great route runner. We know Kittle can, do things, and you got to cover CMC. And look, then you got to cover Kyle Juszczyk coming out of the backfield sometimes, right? So the 49ers are going to make you have to cover guys, and I don't think the Lions secondary can do that. So what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to force Brock Purdy to make short throws by getting pressure, and then they're going to have to tackle. Because if you start letting these guys be the Yak brothers, it's going to be a very long day.
The Yak brothers.
So for me, that's really kind of what this comes down to. And then the other big thing I look at, and this is for the whole season, so you have to count for that. But for the entire season, the Lions have 23 takeaways. The 49ers have 28. Almost the same. But the Lions are -1 turnover differential. 49ers are +10, which means our offense has taken better care of the football. And Brock Purdy's had a couple games where he's thrown multiple interceptions, but it seems to either be 2 or 3 or 0. It's not like Jimmy Garoppolo where there's one a game.
Oh, trust. Steven, I don't think you'll get anybody to ever sit here and say that it was never a upgrade from Jimmy G to Brock Purdy. I think we all can agree just by even playing
upgrade.
Hey, just even playing more than half the season is an upgrade because your man was fragile, man. The man was built like dry spaghetti noodles, man. They snapped like it wasn't no problem. But Spirit of Detroit, my man, jump in here. Give us the breakdown, the disadvantages, advantages that you think the Lions got to win this game, my brother. Go ahead.
I think a key advantage that, the 49ers are going to have is the referees. They're going to have the referees in pocket and toe. This referee crew that we have, this crew with Dan Crateman, Blake Crateman. This guy has called bad flags on us in the past. He's called bad flags, Super Bowl 50. He's called all the flags with us. He's the 12th most. He's the 12th most in the NFL with calling flags. And we're not playing with West Coast money. That's another thing. We're not playing with West Coast money. So I already know he's going to be in the bag. He's going to have his 49ers gear on. He's going to have his number 16 on. And I ain't talking about the blue one. He's going to talk about, So he's going to have that on. Yeah, he's going to have the Niners on. You gonna be thinking he Bill Walsh the way he drawing the flags. You gonna be thinking he Bill Walsh. This the West Coast flag offense. He gonna be having more bailouts than Obama in this month. But that's one advantage that they're gonna have is they're gonna have that. I know Detroit Lions fans are flying in droves over there. I've been hearing the radio stations, people calling in, landing for the 49ers game. So that crowd should surprise us. However, I do think that the 49ers do have the advantage in almost I want to say a veteran aspect of being there before. I believe they lost 2 NFC Championship games prior to this. So them coming here and being in this position is is not new to them, So I feel like, the Lions are a great story, a great situation, but sometimes we can be lost in the moment. You know what I'm saying? We still can be lost in the moment. I'm glad to be here. I think the only one who in these last interviews have been staying focused is Dan Campbell and JG, and they've been getting that message out like we got 2 more games, and they've been focused on that message. I seen an interview with Kirby Joe. I'm just glad to be here. Don't say that shit because I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. Glad to be here. The Panthers in 2016, 2013 was glad to be there. Everybody was glad.
Right.
Cincinnati was glad a couple years ago. You see what happened to them. So we gotta come in with a business mindset. And although we're the younger team, we need to be focused up. We need to be focused up and free. We need to get J-Mo the ball early and often. J-Mo and Amon-Ra St. Brown. All the focus is gonna be on Amon-Ra St. Brown, our tight end, but we just signed Zach Ertz. We just got J-Mo a lot of work this week. I'm depending on that. But Cam, sit down, Sutton. I cannot tell you how much. That look, the beginning of the season, I was like, man, this dude is doing some stuff. And I was gonna put a video out like she's a shutdown corner. And I was gonna make the video. I watched the film. 3 minutes into the film, I'm like, oh no, I can't put this out. This was Green Bay game. I can't put this out.
Whoa. Wait, you ain't gonna have me looking crazy.
Right, you ain't gonna have me. No. I was like, I can't put this out. The Green Bay, it was a Monday night game. It was early in the season, like week 3. And I see him dropping in zone. He was guarding more grass than he was guarding guys. And guys would fly by his head. And they would get open. And then I seen on the Kansas City game when I looked at the film for that, like a lot of them passes that was dropped was on him. So he was blessed. So I was like, oh, okay. I'm not putting this out. I put that in the trash bin. I made a thumbnail and everything. I put it in the trash bin. Next thing you know, you get to the Chargers game, it started becoming an epidemic. Like this.
like this dude is getting out of here, man.
It's funny. He can't drop in coverage. He just drop off the coverage. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
I'm just being honest. He's just not it. And I know you, respect to you, you said he's a number 2. I think he's a number 2,000. I really don't value him on the field whatsoever. So I'm gonna need guys like I'm gonna need guys like our strong safety, Melifonwu, our free safety, Kirby Joseph, to pick up the slack where he's gonna fall. And obviously CJ is gonna be in there because we play that 4-2-3, or we play that not 4-2-3. We play that 4-2-5. And obviously we have Branch, we have guys that can do some things. But Cam, sit down, Sutton. I'm telling you. This guy, I don't know if he need a pep talk. I don't know if he need a speed ball. I don't know what he need, but he's gonna be so off the field. He's gonna be so off the.
Oh, looks like we lost him.
Oh, what happened?
Someone was calling me.
Oh.
I said, this is what the last thing I'm gonna say on Cam Sutton. Cam Sutton gonna be so off the field. He gonna be at Candlestick Park. Okay, he gonna get lost in coverage like that. He gonna be at the old stadium. You know what I mean?
Send him one of the keys off.
That's the most I gotta say.
Word.
Look, I correct one thing you said though, man. You probably haven't watched a lot of 49ers games. The rest don't like us either, man. We not.
Oh, okay.
I ain't the dude up in the over left corner, yeah.
They don't like that.
You see, Steve like to do that to me. He like, oh, y'all Chiefs get everything. I'm like, all right, you ain't been watching Chiefs games. Speaking of the Chiefs, I'm gonna bring a guy in here.
Taylor Swift.
And quit hating, all right? that ain't our fault who she chose to.
Man, I told you, you don't trust nobody, no ass.
Nope. I'm not doing. Hey, anyway, I'm gonna bring a guy in here that knows the Chiefs very well. Very covers him over various amount of content that he brings in. I want to bring him in, give him his opinion on the NFC Championship game. The one and only, the great Darren Smith. How you doing, my brother?
Hey, good evening, gentlemen. Thank you for having me. How y'all doing?
What's going on, man?
Doing well.
Pleasure. So since we've been doing this I.O.W. AFC NFC Championship game, Darren Smith was here for the first one, and it's been crazy. Mm-hmm. And the Chiefs have been represented in every time we're doing this. Just saying. Anyway, Mr. Darren Smith, my brother, go ahead and give us kind of your breakdown of this NFC Championship game, how you see it, and where you going with it.
Well, honestly, for me, it's all going to be a matter of whether or not Deebo Samuels is playing in the ball game. I think he is the difference maker because you see two types of offense if he's playing and if he's not playing. And I don't know. I think he did a limited walkthrough today. I guess he is veering up towards playing on Sunday, but I'm not sure, what percentage he's going to be playing health wise in the game. If he's just there as a decoy. I mean, and look, we'll see because I know they have Brandon Jennings, who basically takes all the snaps when Debo's not in there. So for me, depending on the health of Debo and his amount of snaps that he gets in the game, if he's back to the Debo prior to his shoulder injury last week, then I like San Francisco in the ball game. If not, if he can't go, I think that San Francisco offense is good, but it's just not as dangerous as it is with Debo and I.O.W. along with McCaffrey, because you can do so much with those three players. And so I would give the advantage if Debo cannot go to Detroit in this matchup.
Okay. I'm rocking with the Niners, but I'm saying it's like a field goal type of game. Obviously, I know who you're going for.
And I've been first saying, look, I don't have a dog in that fight because I got my own worries to worry about in the first game. So,
Darren Smith, I think I know who you and me are going for this weekend, but I don't have a dog in the fight neither. But I'm pretty sure Detroit, man, I know who you're going with. Box, I know who you're going with, and of course, Spirit of Detroit. I mean. Come on, you're not going with the 49ers. I know.
I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens before I go with you. I want to see Lamar. I don't want to see you. I don't want to see you at all. You get all the flags. You the flag master.
Oh my
God! Back for the flag.
Mahomes could just look at the ref. Flag. That championship last year was man. Come on now. I had to turn the game off.
They have not talked about getting rid of the touchback rule until the Chiefs.
Oh, come on. We are not doing that conversation.
We need a rule change.
No, they've been talking about changing the touchback rule way before McCole Hardman did his boneheaded move against Buffalo last week.
I only seen one flag called against y'all. I only seen one flag called against y'all that y'all end up losing the game for it. Y'all didn't get.
What? Now hold up, Darren Smith. Me and you watch Chiefs games for a long time. Will you tell these folks that we do not get the benefit of the flag?
I'm talking about the before Mahomes Chiefs.
I'm talking about during Mahomes era.
Before Mahomes era.
Oh my God!
I like to say it to the victor go to spoils.
What was that, Darren?
I like it to the victor go to spoils. I mean, when all you do is win, that's where the hate comes from. So
when all you do is win, end up whining. Yep.
I'm sorry. How many Lombardis does Detroit have?
Oh wow, that's a nice cheap shot. Hey, Kansas City, I can't even
I'll show you a
cheap
shot.
I can't even find you on a map. You Kansas City, Missouri. I don't know where you at.
Now,
I
can show you a cheap shot now because this is something that Detroit ain't getting no time soon.
Oh, you got the plastic one.
Do a cheap shot.
He act
Oh,
like
no,
he
no,
got
no,
it like he on the team.
no, bro. No, ain't nothing plastic about this.
He got it like on. He
Ain't
got
nothing-
one like he on the team.
Ain't nothing plastic about that.
I got one too. We can just pull out
That's
all
the
the
closest y'all
snaps.
getting to a Super Bowl.
Oh, wow.
That's the closest y'all getting to
Oh,
a title.
wow. Hey, real
Oh, he
quick.
talking that stuff.
Hey,
He
real
talking that
quick.
stuff. Yeah,
Hey,
go ahead.
Bob,
Okay.
give me your breakdown of the AFC Championship game, and then I'll get you up out of here. Box, go ahead.
Yeah, this is gonna be a real interesting, right? Lamar has really taken his game to a different level this year. He's always been a good passer to me. You know, I'm a Florida State fan in college, so I saw him at Louisville. We played against him every year. I really got a chance to watch him. I knew what kind of arm talent he had, even though a lot of other people didn't think he had it his first couple years. I knew he was being held back by that Greg Roman offense.
Mhm.
So this year, you get a new offensive coordinator that comes in. You actually get him some weapons. Now he's able to throw the football, but he can still run it when he needs to. And it's made him basically impossible for anybody to guard. So I'm going to be real interested to see what this Kansas City defense, which has played well this year, actually, you know, comes up with to try to contain him. The other problem is you got a lot of speed on that Baltimore side. You know, Zay Flowers has been really great this year. They got, you know, not really like a standout running back right now, but, you know, they got some good backs over there. So they can at least do enough in the running game to not make them one-dimensional, right? And then that defense is just absolutely ridiculous. But with that being said, you know, you go over to the Kansas City side, offense has been playing a little better the last couple weeks. Receivers have actually been catching the ball sometimes. Not a lot, but just sometimes. The defense, like I said, has been playing well. They got a really great receiver in Rashae Rice. I started watching him by halfway through the season. I was like, you know, he's going to be good. He's starting to really kind of pick up. I think that's going to, you know, take away some of the double and triple teams away from Kelsey. So that's going to help, you know, get him a little bit more opportunities again. And then on top of that, you know, you look at the coaching perspective, right? These are really two good coaches, but I think Harbaugh is a little bit more conservative. Andy Reid tends to be a little bit more aggressive. So we'll see. That's going to hurt or help one of the teams over the other, depending on how the game goes. But look, Mar, I'm sorry, I have to say it. We've seen twice now, 49ers in the Super Bowl, Eagles in the Super Bowl. You get the Chiefs down 10 points. And now you got to deal with that combination of Mahomes magic and the guys in the black and white stripes. And that is a hard combination to overcome. So my advice is I'm picking Baltimore in this game. But Baltimore, I'm going to tell you this. If you want to win by 3 points, you better win by 21.
Oh, wow.
Word. Hey, Box, tell the people where they can find you, my brother.
Again, man, over on our YouTube channel at Real Play Callers is the handle. We go live every Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Word. Hey, Box, I appreciate you. I know you got to get going. You got other prior engagements you got to get to. I appreciate you joining us, my man. Hey, and just in case 49ers get there and they see the Chiefs, just remember, man, there was a Super Bowl that y'all almost had.
Before you put me out, let me point out one thing real quick, Mark, because this supports my whole referee thing.
Oh, Lord.
Real interesting that y'all were the most penalized offensive line in the league that year for holding. But miraculously, against one of the best defensive lines in football that season, you didn't hold not one time in the Super Bowl.
Hey, man.
Okay,
I mean,
we all saw how many flags you got when you faced Tom Brady the next year, didn't we?
I mean, when get there. All right, Box, man.
Good neighbor.
All right, Box, man. We'll get to with you later, man. Hey,
right,
Spirit of Detroit, my brother, talk to us, man. Give us a breakdown of your AFC Championship game and how you got it going.
Oh man, I think first and foremost, I think that Baltimore needs to establish the physicality firsthand. I think every superior opponent that they faced this season, the Dolphins, the Lions, every superior opponent, they have beaten them up and brutalized them. And I think that's where they need to start. Roquan Smith in the middle, the secondary with Hamilton. They need to just do what they do. They've been coming and handling business all season long against top-tier opponents and top-tier teams. C.J. Stroud came to town off a high. D'Amico Ryans, great coach. Everybody comes to town, and they just shut them down. They just show we're in a different level, a different league. Detroit offense, #1 in the league, goes to town at the bank, and we ain't cashing no checks. So I think we scored 6 points that game. And you know what's funny is my spread was all field, all green except touchdown passes for Jared Goff. I could have won $10,000. I'm fibbing. I could have won $6,000, but Jared Goff messed me up that day. That's probably where my hate started. That's probably where it started. You know, they just have a different level of a team. You know, I put them and the 49ers in a different echelon of football at this point, at this particular season. I think Kansas City, you know, without Mahomes' magic, they're just an average team. And we look at that young defense. You got Karlaftis, you got Bolton, you got guys, Snead, you got guys that are playmakers at every particular level. But that offense, when they don't have Mahomes' magic, when they don't have the referee magic, I just feel like they're pedestrian. Kadarius Toney, pedestrian. MVS, pedestrian. I just think those wide receivers are pedestrian. Mahomes is the engine that could and the engine that should. Mahomes is going to lead this franchise to a victory if they win. But I just feel at the bank they will not be cashing no checks. I feel like the better team is Baltimore. They're gonna need a whole lot of refereeing. They're gonna need Godzilla on the defense, and they're gonna need King Kong on the offense, because I just feel like the Mahomes magic and the referee referendums are going to come to a certain degree where we just have to make a play. You know, you're just gonna have to make a play. You can't get all the calls. You're just gonna have to make a play. And I think Mahomes that's a guy that I wouldn't bet against. You know, it's him and Tom Brady. I wouldn't bet against. But I'm definitely pulling for the Ravens. I think America is pulling for the Ravens. Maybe we can get not Kelly Stafford. Maybe we can get Taylor Swift on board. Maybe we can get Taylor Swift on board and get Taylor Swift on board. Maybe she could swag surf y'all to a victory. But I don't know. It's looking bleak for y'all. But
well, I'm gonna be honest, Detroit. That wasn't swag surfing. That was moving side to side. I don't know what that was. There's a lot of people in Chiefs Kingdom that was like, first of all, we need to update the music choices in Arrowhead anyway, so that's another conversation. But nah, man, I dig your points, man. Go ahead and tell the people where they can find you at, my dog.
Yeah, you can find me at Spirit Detroit Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe to this stream. This dude is amazing. Detroit Mail brought me on. Find his channel or find wherever he's at. This guy has been a supporter of mine since I first started. So when he reached out to me, I had to do it. You can find me Spirit Detroit on YouTube, man. And you know, if you like Detroit Mail and you love the Lions, or you even just like football, I definitely do draft analysis too. Detroit Mail could tell you I found Kirby Joseph. Detroit Mail could tell you I've gotten the whole draft right in 3 years. Out of 3 years, 2 years I got it completely right. So you know, I do draft analysis, and we talk football. And we're going to have fun, too. I know my man to my left, he a little mad at me because I was talking about his Chiefs. See, I remember way back when the Chiefs had the number ranked offense and didn't even make the playoffs. I remember way back when y'all had Joe Montana. Y'all should have more rings than y'all do. Y'all should have more rings than that y'all do. But I'm glad for the turnaround.
We got it,
I'm glad y'all got through that phase where y'all finally believed in the black quarterback, because I was coming around on y'all. That was coming around. I remember them days when y'all split the fan base in half, and y'all didn't want Alex Smith, and we want. I remember them days. Okay.
Oh Lord, yo, you crack me up, my dog. I love it.
But yeah,
y'all make sure y'all can tap in what I got, man. Spirit of Detroit, love it, man.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Man, we glad to have you, my man.
Oh yeah.
Y'all make sure y'all go follow his content. Hey, be good, be blessed,
my
brother.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate
We're gonna bring in my man JJ. He's antsy in the back. He Baltimore Ravens content. What's up with you, JJ?
How you gonna have them talk about my team and not have me on to listen to them talking about it? I am dying back here because there's a lot of things that they were saying that I wanted to address. How you gonna have me sitting back here? I'm literally jumping out of my seat.
I know
and
you
you're
were.
asking them
We want
about
to give
my
you your
squad.
full time, sir. We want to give you your full time.
Exactly what Mel is saying. Hey man, JJ,
full time.
I would have just came on and listened, but the whole time I'm sitting there.
Nah, you wouldn't have listened. You wouldn't.
Nah, you wouldn't listen.
Oh,
we had you on before. We know how you get down. You wouldn't listen.
No. I would have listened, but I'm sitting there thinking like, yo, they're talking about my squad, but I'm back here. Like, what's up? What we doing? I'm like, what we going on here? Like, what's happening? I wanted to sit there and maybe rebuttal to certain things at the end. But dang, man.
You good.
No,
How you doing?
I really wanted to address both of them directly about the referee situation, to be honest with you. Because at the end of the day, the Ravens have beat Peyton Manning and Tom Brady at their home place, and they had the referees in their back pocket. So referee thing doesn't really bother Baltimore.
Okay. Well, talk to us, JJ. How did the Baltimore Ravens get here to this point? AFC Championship game. How did the season play out from beginning to end?
I knew what it was going to be, but nobody else believed me when I came onto the show before the season. I already knew what was going to potentially happen with this squad because I think I called our record to be 13-4 or 14-3, one of the two. And I remember my team is just the best team in the AFC North, hands down, and it's one of the top 3 teams in AFC just from what we were having, what we left off last year. Like a lot of people don't realize the last 2 seasons, the Ravens were severely injured. All of those players are the backups to the starters now. So this team is extremely deep. And that's why they have been able to get this far. When you lose Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely played last year. He got it. When you lose Marlon Humphrey, Brandon Stevens, Arthur Millette, all of them have been playing long and serious snaps. And so whenever somebody gets out, you just have the next man up. He knows exactly what he needs to do. And at the end of the day, I'll be very honest. And I kind of, it doesn't bother me, but it's laughable that people actually thought Houston was going to come in there and upset it. Because you can check my podcast. I never thought they had a chance, ever. I never expected them. I called the game winning by 2 or 3 scores. And we did, because I just did not think a young guy was going to come into Baltimore against this particular squad. And yeah, you guys want to hype him up, but I think y'all hyped him up because y'all didn't believe Lamar could get it done. If this was Patrick Mahomes, I doubt nobody would have thought Houston would have came into Kansas City and beat him.
I'll say the same thing.
Maybe. I don't, but
I would say the same
both
thing.
people literally, I think the true thing is nobody wants to give the fact that Lamar can actually play quarterback and play quarterback well. And he's playing and he's showing people that.
Whoa, sir. Not well.
He said not well.
No,
he's playing quarterback, but not well.
No, Lamar Jackson can play the quarterback position very elite in his style. I just don't think people don't want to give him the credit because he's not your typical quarterback.
Right.
And they want to fit quarterbacks in a certain mold, and Lamar doesn't fit that, and that's not fair to Lamar because he plays his style of quarterback at an elite level, and he's about to win his second MVP. So
but
people
you know
what?
Who cares? That's not their quarterback. It's our quarterback, and we do things our way, how we do it, and what we do. If you don't like it, who gives a crap? That's not your guy. But I appreciate you. But that's how my response. But I saw Anthony Price's comment. Yeah, Roquan is Ray Lewis 2.0, straight up, all day, every day. And I learned the quote. This is the quote he had after the game against C.J. Stroud. He literally said, and I remember Ray Lewis, Ray's intimidation in his speech like that. He's like, look. When you come to the bank, you get dealt with, and somebody's got to be a villain. And this Cinderella story ended here, so on to the next. Like that is literally the mentality that he brings to this defense, which is exactly what Ray Lewis brought to our defense. Because teams saw us and they didn't want to play us. Teams saw us when Ray Lewis was playing, and they were not ready for it, and they were scared. And you can see that happening because how many offensive penalties, false starts, holdings did Houston get against us? Seems like it was every drive, right?
Yeah.
You're scared. You know when you play us, Like my friend put a pass on status on when you punch, if you try to punch us, we're gonna punch you back. Like that's just really what it is. And it starts with Roquan. It starts with Ro.
I got you. Darren Smith, jump in here, man. Give us a breakdown on how did the Chiefs, obviously you're real close to the team. How did they come from training camp to AFC Championship, 6 consecutive AFC Championship?
Let the man talk. We need all that. Let the man talk.
It's just basically they just he just play the team, man. Andy Reid. He's the captain of it all, and they follow the leadership of Andy and Patrick and Travis, and just take on their mentality. I mean, really nothing more to it because they've been doing the same thing. They have once they got to the title game back in 2018, they've had one, and came short. They've only had one mentality, and that's the one to get back here, win the division first. Get a top seed, try to get home field advantage if you can, and win the Super Bowl, or at least get to the title game to get to the Super Bowl. And that's just been basically since day one, since Patrick and them have gotten here, and everybody who's come around since then, they've had to. I mean, it's easy to buy in when you're winning, and so they've essentially just just took after the head coach and the quarterback.
I got you. Give us, in your opinion, Darren, the advantages in this game for the Chiefs and things that you worry about for the Chiefs in this championship game.
Well, I mean, the biggest thing to worry about is just whether or not they revert back to how they played in the regular season, which is the penalties, the drop passes, and just doing things where you shoot yourself in the foot. Mm-hmm. And so, honestly, I think if they can avoid that, what they did in Buffalo last week, minus the McCall Hardman fumbles, I don't see any reason why they don't win the game.
Okay. JJ, man, jump in here. Same question for you. Give us the advantages you think the Ravens have and things that you worry about in this championship game.
I actually think this is by far the best team Patrick Mahomes has ever faced on the Ravens side. I don't see too many disadvantages on our side except for really at quarterback. And that's more so about who he is and what he's been able to do, as opposed to, is this a decisive advantage where the other guy doesn't really have a chance? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I look at this as like, Baltimore's pulling out all the stops. They're honoring Jonathan Ogden as in the game. They got Ray Lewis, Edry, and Terrell Suggs going to be there. They have so much that they're laying out for their first ever hosting of AFC Championship game. The energy is going to be there. Disadvantages for me, and I hope nobody watching this on their team or whatever. The biggest disadvantage is Isaiah Pacheco, because the run defense, despite how strong this defense is, has had lapses. A lot of teams abandoned the run, which thank goodness we're in this past happy era, because if they were really back in the 2000s, the Rams would have beat us because Kyron Williams was getting off on us. The Bengals might have beat us because Joe Mixon was getting off on us. The Steelers would have continued to beat us, those things. But these teams abandoned the run so fast, which I appreciate. But if we can contain him, in my opinion, he's the Chiefs MVP of the season. If you stop him, you make that offense very difficult to be able to move and be able to do things. And I remember seeing it against the Eagles, where Pacheco pretty much was the catalyst to that victory. And it's like, you stop him, you make Mahomes' magic a little bit more difficult. And so for me, I think that's the biggest disadvantage for our guys. And it's really going to remember of who wins the battle of the line of scrimmage, in my opinion.
Okay. Well, it's fair to say who me and Darren are rooting for this weekend, and it's fair to say who you going for, JJ. Mel, give us your breakdown of this game real quick.
I pretty much gonna say a little bit what JJ said. I think that Pacheco is, the deciding point. I think the way he runs like a madman, and if he can run like that opens up so much in the passing game. So I think they can get him going. And then when they switch to Hartman, I think that switches does throw an advantage. A lot of people don't realize that when you let somebody run at you like that hard all the time, you switch to a speed back, that still kind of throws your defense off sometimes. And I think that back and forth will kind of, if they can establish that, that'll help. And then the Chiefs, if they just got to catch the ball. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They can't allow their mistakes to be the deciding factor of this game. They got, you know what I'm saying? I think Mahomes be able to develop plays when plays break down. You know, it's a little different when you playing against a speed defense like this. Not to say that Mahomes can't do it, but it's not going to be as easy with this defense. So that's why I think Pacheco is the deciding factor of this game. On the other hand, Lamar, you know, can they, you know, contain Lamar and force him to pass the ball? Not to say he can't, but you have more of an advance. I think you have more of an advantage if you turn them into a passer than making them one-dimensional than having them two-dimensional. I guess for lack of better saying. And it's not taking away what he can do in the passing game, but I think you have a better advantage because if you have to guard two things versus guarding one thing, you know what I'm saying, it's harder. And I think that speed that Lamar has, you know, when the Lions played them, and I remember like going into a lot of Lions chats and it's talking about, man, the Lions got beat and the defense. I'm saying it's a difference between when you play and you see Lamar 2 or 3 times, then you see him for the first time. That speed on TV is different than that speed in person. That's a whole different thing. Yeah, and I think like, you know, the whole different thing. I think seeing that speed in person and trying to contend and defend that is a whole different thing. But having said all that, I want to lean towards Baltimore because the way Baltimore were playing and the way the Chiefs have not been playing the Chief way throughout the whole season. It's hard for me because then I go back and look at how Andy Reid find ways to win. You know what I'm saying? And so when I'm looking at these and I'm picking the game, I'm going back and forth. But I'm going to lean towards Baltimore because I think this might be Baltimore's time.
Okay. Darren, man, appreciate you for joining us, my brother, man. Go ahead and let the people know where they can follow all your content at for more sports content, in particular.
Yes,
Chiefs.
Yes, thank you very much. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Darren Smith NFL. I'll be doing a live pregame show. I guess it'll be 2:00 Eastern, 1:00 Central, live from M&T Bank Stadium. And then, of course, we'll be doing a post-game show as well, along with lots of interviews after the game, win or lose. So, you know, we'll bring you all the Chiefs coverage that you can stomach come Sunday. and when they win Sunday, you know, we'll have a lot of Chiefs coverage over the next 2 weeks as well.
I like that.
Taylor Swift free. Anyway, I appreciate you, Darren, man. I know you got to go, man. But always a pleasure talking to you.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. So let's do this again. You know, outside of the playoffs or something like that. You know.
Yeah, no doubt.
Thank you so much for having me as always.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
All right, take care.
Yep.
All right, JJ, man. Go ahead and let the people know where they can find you at, my brother, man. We appreciate you for joining us once again. And yes, you were right when we brought you on here for the AFC North preview.
But before I leave, I do want to address the comment about the pass.
I knew it. I saw a look on his face. I knew you got something.
I do because
before you comment, did you understand what I'm saying? Because I wasn't taking that away from him.
I understood perfectly. That's why I'm
okay. Go ahead.
I think there's one factor that may not be factored into that.
Okay.
Is the weapons he has. If you look at the weapons he had before, there was no separation. There was no ability to out jump anybody. There was no ability to get off. And you had Willie Snead, Michael Crabtree, Willie Snead, you know, Marquise Brown, who had his up and downs, things like that. This offense, that's another part that makes the quarterback great. It's not just him throwing the football, it's also who's catching the football too. Yeah. And with who's catching the football, you can make this team one-dimensional, and I have 1,000% confidence we will still come out and win this game.
Right.
Because of what happened this past
let me say this.
I got you. But I'm going to address this. This is what because Lamar is a much more mature and much more elite type level quarterback. I remember something Louis Riddick said this past weekend. Everybody remembers a halftime speech that, you know, Lamar gave, cursing everybody on the offense out, saying we need to get together. But what people don't know is he told Todd Monken, look, bro, I know y'all want to hit these big plays, but we can't block them. So we need to work the intermediate and short game and be able to get them with quick throws, quick passes. So his passing time in the first half went to 3.51. In the second half, it was 2.24. So to me, that maturation, that understanding of what's not working and what you need to work is why I say that his passing is not going to be too much of an issue, because if he can't get the big play, he's just going to continue working what you give him. And that, to me, with Spags being a blitz type guy who likes to disguise his coverages, the IQ of Lamar is going to show people. And I understand where you're coming from with the precedents from before, but this ain't 2019, 2020, 21. This is 2023 going into 2024. This is a whole different ball game and a different offense.
Okay.
I no, trust me, I agree with that, because a lot of Mel can vouch for me. The first thing I said, our preseason way too early, MVP candidates. I'm like, man, Lamar Jackson about to have a full season. I mean, I just because of the fact that you look at outside, there's a lot of outside hate for some stupid odd reason why they can't stand Lamar Jackson, him quarterback, and they call him quarterbacky. He's not quarterbacky enough, whatever the hell that means. And
he doesn't look like the quarterback they want to see. That's
I know that. I'm
not just talking about color. I'm just talking about how he plays, his style. All that is not what they're looking for in a quarterback.
I'm in agreement with you.
Oh no, I'm clarifying for those who may be listening on the other end.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, because we don't rock like that. We do keep it honest.
I keep it 100 now. If there's some color involved, I'm gonna let you know. I don't care who don't like it. So I'm just saying. Let me make that clear. You know what I'm saying?
No, for real. I'm with you. It's just that I just always felt that I didn't like what's his help me out, JJ, the OC previous Greg
Roman.
Yeah, I just thought he tried to put Lamar in a box, and that just never. He tried to put Lamar in a box instead of trying to fit a game plan around Lamar. And you see Todd Monken comes in, and believe it or not, Todd Monken's offense at Georgia wasn't spectacular. He was feeding to Stetson Bennett's strengths. That's what he did. And he comes into Baltimore and does the same exact thing, and then you get what you got. And so you look at how balanced the offense of the Ravens are, where they are able to, they take their shots when they feel like they need to, but they stick to the strengths of, hey, if Lamar is a great runner, I'm going to use him, but I'm not going to kill him. And here's the credit to Lamar Jackson in every last Baltimore Raven game that I've seen this year. And they trying to the narrative, they trying to push this narrative on Lamar. He actually took the initiative to be a pocket passer this year and was literally being a magician back there, like ducking and diving and dodging all types of sacks, still staying in the pocket, and chose not to take off running.
Right.
Like, he doesn't want to.
Well, that's my point, JJ. He hit another level this year where he says, all right, y'all want to put me in a box and call me a running back? Well, I'm just still here in the pocket, and I'm going to wow the hell out of y'all each and every game, and I'm going to ditch and dive and duck all these types of sacks, and good luck trying to stop me this year. And guess what? You got an MVP season this year. So I'm not shocked that he's going to win it. Right. You can say whatever you want about the numbers. Say whatever you want about the numbers. When you turn on the tape, when you turn on the game, and you use your two God-given eyes, you cannot tell me you not see an MVP player. Right. You're a liar.
I don't even think, for me, he's not the MVP in this minute, because I don't care about the MVP, nor does he. But I will say this: everyone that talks about all these passing numbers, y'all sitting at home with your quarterback with all those gaudy numbers that you wanted all day up and down, to attack level as CJ Stroud. All y'all, no shade, y'all sitting at home. Whereas the guy that you said that couldn't do it is sitting here. And the reason why I know that he could throw the football is that the touchdown are likely. They were coming up thinking he was going to run, and he just hit it over the top, and he got likely. That is, to me, the definition of what makes a quarterback a next level quarterback. You can't defend that, because if you were, because on the next touchdown, he just took it up and ran. And like, at the end of the day, it's just, with Greg Roman, he was only meant to be here to get Lamar acclimated to being a pro and understanding what it takes to be a pro quarterback. They kept him a year too long. I said 3 years. I said 4 years. They gave him 5. They kept him a year too long. And with no, and this is Lamar's offense. Like John Harbaugh and Todd Monken, he is the one that's calling offense. They call the play, but if Lamar sees something and he doesn't like it, he switches out all the time. And so essentially, they have full trust in this guy. Like the quarterback he commented with, I mean, I don't even know. I thought I get it. You try to be a little zinger. Boop, that didn't work.
I got you. Hey, but man, we're gonna get you up out of here, JJ. Man, tell people where they can find you at, my brother.
Well, you can find me on my Facebook, JJ Jenkins. My Twitter is Joe Jenkins with the E07, and my Instagram is Joe Jenkins with the E07. I do have a podcast with my boys, which is going to be concluding in 2 weeks, which is the NFL Picked Off, where we do picks for the season. And then on Fridays, you can catch me with my boys, Jay, Jamon, and Dom, as a Detroit fan. And we are here on the Gauntlet every Friday night.
Okay.
Nice. Appreciate you, my brother. Always a pleasure
appreciate you, man.
Chop it up with you, man. Hey, man. I love you, but it's fuck you till Sunday. So just so you know.
I'm gonna leave it as I appreciate you. I rock with you. I do, but I've been feeling this it feels different. It just feels different, and I think that you know what, Mahomes will be back there next year, the year before, but this year I think it's gonna be us. I think we got.
I got you. Hey, there's a lot of people that can't wait to knock Mahomes off the pedestal. Hey,
Mahomes, it's Taylor Swift we try to knock off.
Well, yeah. Well, nobody wanted to listen to Taylor Swift. Trust me, I did.
We just trying to get Taylor Swift.
I was not gonna lie to you. I was listening.
Oh, it ain't about that. I'm just tired of looking at her.
Nah.
When I listen to a Spotify, I ain't looking at her.
Hey, you go.
Thank you, guys.
I appreciate you, my brother, man.
All right,
appreciate you guys. Thank you again.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't remember what podcast I was on. I called Travis Kelce. I called him. I said, nah, man, Travis Kelce, no, that's Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Don't you see that 2x4 he carried?
Right.
Oh.
For real. I don't know what's up with Kelce, man. What happened to once you go black, you never go back? What happened?
Hey.
He went from once you go black, you go flat. You know? What the hell? Shit.
I don't know what he was thinking about because Caleb, man. Hey, you know
I
what?
nigga love football too much. He went to go get a goalpost.
Hey. I'm in love with the goalpost.
Right.
I don't know, but man, hey, Kayla, I love you, baby. So you must have done something to either really piss him off or
you put some hot grits on him like Al Green or something. What the hell? Try to do the Kelsey.
Like, I don't know, or maybe the conversation ain't
lost and turned out. So I called Kelsey Olivia.
I don't know what had happened. Because there is no way that you go from Kayla to Taylor. And
right,
just,
for real. That don't even make sense.
What I mean, I get there's a difference in the paychecks. I'm not knocking that.
Yeah, it is.
It's a huge difference.
Huge difference. That's for sure.
That's for sure.
You could have knocked her off and got the bag and then stuck with Kayla or something. You know, I don't know. But kept her at the crib, and I had to hang on the stadium.
Hey man, like I don't know, dog. I don't know.
I be trying too. I be looking. I be like, maybe. It's like,
maybe.
Nah. Now they show again. I be like,
nah.
Then I spit with one eye. I be like, nah.
Hey, then I drank another beer. Then I was like,
right.
Nah.
Nah.
Hey yo,
for real.
Like,
can't see it. Niggas better wear that bright red lipstick. They're like putting lipstick on a pig. You know what the point?
Hey, PM, it had to been that. I guess.
Man, it had to be
because you do the tail of the tape. It ain't too many advantages going Taylor's way, dog.
Really? Maybe she can sing better, I guess. I don't know. That's the whole thing.
Money. That's about all I can get.
Maybe she be singing when he hitting from the back. Hey, that's something he like. I don't know. It's some weird fetish.
Hey, but I will say this, man. We are in for one hell of an NFC Championship,
Oh,
AFC
yeah.
Championship weekend,
yeah.
man. It's going to be some. It's going to be some good football, man. I cannot wait for that. I know we're doing a little bit overtime. We ain't starting on our normal time, but it's all right. Let's talk about these couple of things real quick. So, Jim Harbaugh, man, he finally got the job, man. I think we kind of in the sports world that talk sports, kind of knew it was coming. It was just a matter of time. So, Tim, give me your final thoughts now that it's finally happened, big dog.
Man, NFL was like a side chick. You know what I'm saying? He was, you be eyeing this chick. I don't know if I do it. You married, so you kind of thinking about it. Maybe I shouldn't. Then she flirted a little. You know what I'm saying? She flirted a little more. I'm still away. I'm trying to be right. And he was like, "Fuck it, that ass though." You know what I'm saying? That's how the NFL was. Let's talk about going to Minnesota at first.
Yeah.
Kind of like, nah. Then every year we like, they flirting to try to get Jim Harbaugh to the NFL. No. And then, I think with them winning the national championship, I already knew it was sealed then. Now he could say he beat Ohio State 3 times, won a natty. You know what I'm saying? He submitted his legacy in Ann Arbor now. He won't be out there with Bo, but he's in the conversation. So now you can say, okay, he's done what we need him to do. Beat Michigan State, you beat Ohio State, and you won a natty.
Yeah,
and you got 3 straight college playoffs appearances. So
yeah,
he ran his course. That's what he wanted. Winning for his alma mater, and he going to the NFL. Hope it works out for him. I really do. I mean, I ain't got no hard feelings. You got to do like we always say, when it comes down to it, it's a business.
Yeah.
And what you got to do, you got to do what's best for you and your family. If that's what you think is best for you and your family, you're gonna make more money, better opportunity, do you?
It's so bad. Yeah.
It's not like he just up and left, like stayed 1 year, didn't do nothing, and then left. He left the university in a good place.
Yeah.
He left. Yeah, he built the program, left in a good state. You still got some of your players that still gonna be there. I think Edwards still gonna be there. So you have a good foundation to build on. Now let's see. I think it's gonna be Sharon. So if Sharon gonna be,
that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, so Sharon gonna be if he gonna be the coach. Now let's see how well he can recruit and get players in there. Maybe some through the transfer portal, maybe some through just the regular recruiting way, going to people's house and kissing babies, the usual stuff, and bring some more players in there, continue building that program. And I think if we can do that, then good. You can say Harbaugh left it in a good place.
Yeah, he left because he did it.
Yeah, but even with that, man, I don't think that's a big enough controversy to. I think they blew it kind of out of proportion. It's not like how some of these scams you see that go on, like Lane Clifford out here messing with these underage girls and stuff like that.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Allegedly.
Yeah.
What I'm saying?
Hey, we ain't got the budget to get sued, bro. Allegedly.
Mess around with Nickelodeon. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hanging around the Disney Channel, allegedly.
Allegedly.
You know what I'm saying? And, to me, it wasn't no big deal like that. So I think that what he done, the sign stealing thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing I feel. How I feel about steroids. Yeah. I think people blow steroids out of proportion because you and I can take steroids. We ain't do what Barry Bonds did.
No, trust me.
You still had the skill. Barry Bonds was talented before steroids.
Yeah, and
Ryder Clemens was talented before steroids,
and they still never. Well, as far as we know, Barry Bonds never tested positive. So
yeah, you know what I'm saying, yeah. Well, shoot, Lance Armstrong did for a while until somebody snicked something. So you know what I'm saying. So I'm just saying. So, but a lot of these people. So everybody think like steroids is like magic jumping bean. You throw out the woods and grow a tree. It's not. It don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? You have to still have the skill.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like, he taking steroids, he cheated the game. No, that's an idiotic point. That's what people who just don't understand the physical makeup, how the human body works. You know what I'm saying? it's just not gonna do that for you. I mean, I don't have a problem with steroids. Hell, let them all take steroids. I don't care. So my thing, even with the sign stealing thing, you know, you still got to go out and play football.
Yeah,
they got to go out and beat the team, and they did it. And then you find out Ryan Day had some issues with him. He might have been doing the same thing. Then you find out a couple of coaches pop up, they still had to, but you don't hear nobody blowing out of proportion. It's all about Harbaugh.
Yeah,
you know, because what Michigan is in the eyes of some of these colleges. A lot of colleges don't like Michigan. Mm-hmm. And to be fair, some of that fan base can be a little uppity.
Mm-hmm. I
mean, you know, there's a lot of old money in Ann Arbor and stuff like that. So I do understand when I go to MDN and I go and buy stuff when I'm back home, and you know, some of them people in there be with a little snooty.
Yeah, they are.
You know, but one thing I can say about the fan base, you know, they do rally around each other. I mean, I could be a $10 too. If I got something Michigan, go blue. I love that, bro. I love that. You know, I don't know wherever I'm at. If I got something Michigan on, they go blue. You know, I like that. I like that camaraderie. I like that program they built. You know, it's not me being a fan. You know me. I can. Well, I'm gonna take this topic to hard how we got you. But it's not. I mean, to me,
your most heartfelt, sincere soliloquy.
Here's my thing, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Here's my thing. When I do this right here, when I put this mic on right here, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like talk shit. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But I am a fan. You know what I'm saying? And
you talk shit.
You know, what I do. You know what I'm saying? But here's my thing. I be as honest as I can with the information that I have. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody bring me some information that I don't know, and I look at it, say, okay, you know, I haven't looked at that standpoint. Even with the Lions, as good as they are, and how they've been, I say their secondary needs help.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I'm saying? There's some other pieces that need to be, some other things that need to fix on this team. Even with Jared Goff, I did a video about Jared Goff. He's not the problem, but he is a problem. That it's one of those things that's gonna come back to haunt them later on down the line, because him not being mobile sometimes leave points on the board. You know, I mean, good example, when they was playing Tampa Bay, he ran the ball for 7 yards. I should have been 15 yards easily, because that hole was wide open.
Yeah.
Had that been just a semi-mobile quarterback, that was at least 12 yards easily.
That's right.
He didn't get the first down. You know what I'm saying? So in the day, he's one of the few of the last pocket passes out there.
Yeah, that is true.
You know, but I have a problem with that. I don't mind being honest about that. You know, yeah, I like to see Hooker, not to make this to a Lions thing, but the only thing about Hooker, what you gonna do with Hooker? Him and Jared Goff the same age.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you extend Jared Goff,
and he got less experience.
Yeah, he got less experience. So Jared Goff's still your best shot at winning games. And if you extend him, now he's gonna be there even longer. Well, Hooker ain't aging in reverse.
Nope. And here's the crazy thing about Hendon Hooker. If you watch him play at Tennessee, he wasn't a mobile quarterback.
He can move.
No, I'm saying he can.
He wasn't like Lamar. He wasn't like Cam was in college. You know, he wasn't that type of mobile quarterback. He's able. Put it this way, if you open up a spot for him to run, he can run 10 yards easily.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? He has an arm. He can throw the ball deep. You know, so he has talent there. And you know, I just think that if he was younger, I'd be more excited about Hendon Hooker.
Yeah.
But him being the same age, what other Nick? Him being the same age as Jared Goff, that's a whole nother discussion, bro. But anyway, I don't want to go down that road, but go back to Michigan.
Yeah, it's I'll say this. What's up, Nick? We just kind of knew that this was coming with Harbaugh. I ain't got no issue with it. Obviously, I think you were, most of football players in the program were probably prepared to understand that he was moving on regardless.
Right.
When there's a lot of smoke, there's got to be a fire at some point. So it's kind of like, it is what it is. Look, at that point in time, that's a business decision. Like you said, he's done his job. Beat Michigan State, beat Ohio State numerous times, win a national championship. So he's pretty much checked off all the, qualities to be a respected Michigan football coach in history. So he's checked all boxes. Good. So here's the only thing we kind of talked about it. Just don't leave this program in shambles, as when the NCAA investigation wraps up, that the kids are not the ones holding the rap for whatever the situation that went down under your tenure. That's the only thing I hope. That's the only thing, because then it makes me look at you as a D-bag. I think you're a D-bag for
especially if you knew ahead of time it was going down and you left. Yeah. I would look at you a different way.
Because this is one thing that I hate with sports, and we always say it again, and we should probably put it as our tagline: sports is a microcosm of life. We see it in youth sports, through high school, middle school, Pop Warner level and all that stuff, and I think it's just stretch at least to the college level, where I think that because they're still young men, they're still not mentally prepared to deal with certain aspects of change in a drastic moment. So I think it should still extend to college level to a degree that, hey man, stop shitting on these youth, man.
For real, that's for real.
Stop shitting on the youth, man. Because when it comes to life, the kids should be the priority. They should be, hey man, I
believe the children are the future.
Yeah, the future. I believe. I'm just it's like, chocolate. Take some chocolate. That boy good. Because it's just, because they're the ones that are left holding the bag. And they want to talk about, and this is what pisses me off with college sports. We talk about, NIL and transfer portal and all that stuff is messing up the game. I'm like, so now it's messing up the game now that y'all giving the youth, the kids, the same power that y'all been giving the adults the whole time. Now it's
it's messing up the game.
Now it's messing up the game.
Like, man, Nick Saban took advantage of the transfer portal.
For years.
That's how he got Jahmyr Gibbs. He was at Georgia Tech.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
like, come on, hey, that's what I can't stand.
And then the way the structure was set up, prior to NIL transfer portal, if you get a scholarship, now the rules say that only 20 hours of your day should be devoted. 20 hours of the week should be devoted towards college athletics. They put in 50-hour plus. How to get around that, saying a lot of times it's volunteer. But if you don't do certain things, you lose your scholarship.
Yep, you lose your scholarship. You don't get
you got to do what they tell you to do, or they pull your scholarship. That's basically your money. So I think it's like you got them under control to do whatever you want them to do. If you tell them they got to go and make these different appearances at different places, they have to do it. They have no say so, or they lose their money. But the NIL and transfer portal, they have some control over what they can and cannot do. Does it need to be tweaked? Yeah, it probably does need to be tweaked. But I'm saying, at least you have something in place that now you can work a system in place that you can work with to make it better and more equitable for both for the players.
That's a fact. So it's just, I don't know, man. But as in when it relates to Harbaugh joining the Chargers, hey man, I gotta see what they do as in, roster movements. Because bringing Harbaugh to the AFC West,
I'm tearing it down. I'm tearing on all the receivers down, tearing them down. All of them getting hurt, especially what's his name? What's the name's cousin?
Ooh.
What's my man? What's the Charger receivers? The one always getting hurt.
Oh shit, they always getting hurt. Are you talking about? Name one, and we'll.
Oh, both of them really.
That's what I said. We name one.
So both of them. All right. So really, I would get rid of both of them while somebody want them.
Mike Williams and
Keenan
Keenan Allen. Okay.
And what Keenan Allen approaching 32?
He's getting closer to 30 than what Mike Williams is.
Yeah, so you trade Keenan Allen, and at the very least, you trade him while somebody want him, because you start they gonna give you at least 3 years. So you trade him, get some picks for him, and start building your roster up. That's what I would do. Okay. I mean, I think him, Harbaugh supposed to be able to develop quarterbacks, so you'll make Herbert a better quarterback. But you need to put something around it. So you give him some more weapons, someone that gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? You can have all the stats in the world, but if you always out, I can't use your stats. You know what I'm saying? I can't do nothing with the stats if you always out.
Here's something that I didn't think of. Bringing in Harbaugh to the Chargers. What does that leave Kellen Moore?
True.
Does that because now there's only 2 vacancies available in the NFL. There's Seahawks and there's Commanders.
I don't see him in neither one.
I just thought that was interesting.
I can't say. I don't know. There's something about Kellen Moore. I don't say he's ready for that yet.
Or Harbaugh could retain him. We obviously there's a lot to work out.
He may talk to him, sit down and say, "Oh, okay, you got something I can work with."
Yeah.
So we don't know, but I don't see Kellen Moore going to Seattle, and I don't see him going to the Commanders. I don't see it. I don't think. For one thing, for your first coaching job, the Commanders wouldn't be a good job for him. It's not shitting on Commander. I'm just saying because you need so much there and putting you need somewhere. He need to go somewhere where he can be basically plug and play to kind of get his feet wet.
Oh, then that would be Seattle.
Yeah,
Seattle's close. Seattle's close.
Seattle is close. That's what I'm saying. Out of those 2, Commanders would be a good spot for him. Because I think he needs to do too much there. To make
way too much bigger.
You know what I'm saying? Because I just think this is me. I don't think him as a head coach, you don't want to go nowhere that's going to be a lot of moving parts for you to start off with. You got to figure out how to be a head coach.
Yeah.
On the fly, basically, because you still got to put this team together. But if you go somewhere that's kind of plug and play, you can kind of get your put your footprint on something, keep it moving because you already got playmakers. You just got to just fit them into your style and your philosophy, what I'm saying, and your way of doing things.
Yeah. I hear you. But I look, good for him. He got his job back in the NFL. I don't think it moves any needles in the AFC West. I don't think you automatically start competing against the Chiefs. I don't think they won 8 division crowns in a row. But I'll say this: it'll be a more competitive division. I love what Antonio Pierce is going to be bringing back to the Raiders. I think he makes them a lot more competitive. Fuck Sean Payton, so he can go. He can eat a whole bag of
bag of dicks,
whole bag of them. Because my thing is, if I'm a Broncos player, I don't know if I really trust you, bro, because of the way that you handled this Russ situation, and they still haven't even made a decision what they're going to do with Russ anyway. Obviously they made the decision last year and how they went about situations and benched him out of nowhere after he done all he can to get you guys in position to get into the playoffs.
Right.
And you bailed on him, and then you put Jarrett Stidham in there.
Stidham? I forgot he was still in the league. Oh, he's still in the league?
Yeah, but as a player, there's no way I can trust you as a coach when I just saw how you did my quarterback. How you gonna do me when you want to get rid of me?
But man, to his defense, Russell's an asshole too, though.
Yeah, but if we talking football, he come on,
he's your better choice than what you have.
The man threw up.
You say what you want.
He almost
he's a better choice than anything you have on that team.
He almost gave him 30 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He kept his interceptions and turnovers relatively low than compared to what he's been doing the last couple of years. So
compared to Jarrett Stidham.
Well, that's what you got to gauge on, and hey, I'd rather have that.
But then you got Jerry Jeudy kind of disappeared some games, so you got to contribute that too. Don't put it all on Russ.
Yeah.
Didn't the Titans just hire somebody?
No, they just hired Brian
Callahan. Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah, from Cincinnati. He was Cincinnati's OC. So,
Mm-hmm.
all those the coaching well is starting to dry up. So, and then Falcons just hired Raheem Morris today.
I saw that.
Which I don't mind it. You know, a brother getting another shot at being a coach. So, we'll see if he can do something. He's a defensive coach, a more defensive-minded coach.
Right.
So he's going to have to hire one hell of an offensive coordinator because the defense wasn't the issue with Atlanta. We was worried about can we get the ball moving on offense. So that's why I'm a little slightly surprised at his hiring in Atlanta. But what can you do?
Hey, and nigga on the team name is blank. So, what you expect?
So we'll see what happens with that. And this last topic, now that we're talking coaches. Yeah. Well, I don't know, AP. I mean, he's right there for the Commanders to just hire him.
That's what the Commanders should do. Just fit him in that position. He's already there. Put him in there. I mean,
what do you want?
Who else you gonna get?
I mean, I guess Mike Vrabel and the Belichick talk has been pretty quiet. The only team that we've seen.
Would you get Mike Vrabel? Why would you go out and get Mike Vrabel? You got Airbnb right there.
Hey, your guess is just as good as mine, man.
That don't make sense to me.
I don't know why you just don't elevate him. I don't know.
Right. I mean, give him a couple years, see what he can do. If he can't do nothing, all right, move on.
Well, the crazy thing is he interviewed, and we haven't heard nothing since. So
I don't know what he doing in interviews, man. I don't know. He get these interviews, and after that, he'd be like, "Oh well, we're gonna move on from him."
I did hear those rumors too that they want Ben Johnson.
Yeah, I saw that.
But the crazy thing is, if they get Ben Johnson, you have to completely move off of Eric Bieniemy because he's an offensive-minded coach too.
Yeah, you got the same coach sitting there.
So you would definitely move off of Eric Bieniemy if you get Ben Johnson. But if I'm Eric Bieniemy and I'm hearing that you want Ben Johnson, then get me the hell out of here. Then if those are come on, what else you want me to do? I'm
staying employed. I ain't saying that. I'm staying employed until I ain't employed.
He said I'm staying employed till I ain't.
Shit, I have money flowing. Right, I have money flowing and not flowing. So it is what it is. You still signing my check, nigga? All right, good.
Hey, that's what I said.
Right.
You still got them checks coming? Yeah.
All right, you got them checks? All right, bet.
You right, though. You right.
Pay these bills, nigga. I gotta pay these bills.
Yeah, you right. Look, hey, man, I'm still showing up to the facility till they tell me not to, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Until my card don't work. Like, you like trying to scan my card? Oh, that's okay. Bad. Okay, I just leave that to security desk. Bad. Checking the hole, right? Okay, checking the hole. Right. I got one left, right? All right, bad. You got my address right?
I'll be there.
Right. Got the cash app.
Hey, yeah. That's the correct address. Yeah, just drop it off.
Yeah, cash out my check. Venmo my check.
Oh man, but hey, I never heard of anything crazier of this coaching situation that has gone down in Milwaukee.
Oh man, yeah, I saw that.
So I mean, so Adrian Griffin got him in the second position in the East. He got him literally a third best record in all of NBA.
Right.
If the numbers on the offensive side have been relatively good, like top 10 in just about the most important stats.
Right.
And yet all of a sudden he loses his job, gets fired, and reports come out that Giannis and Dame didn't get along with him, and they didn't trust him. And they didn't feel like he was a good enough coach or the experience to get him to a championship. But you go and hire Doc Rivers, who's been living off that 2008 championship
forever.
But I haven't had nowhere close to the only relationship that I got that has lasted as long as he's been holding on to that championship is the fact that I have been a son to Mr. and Mrs. Wallace. That's the only relationship that is that long. Like for real. Yeah, AP. They are paying 3 coaches right now. They are paying Budenhauser the rest of his contract because he didn't finish it out before they fired him, and that's after he won him a championship. That's after firing Adrian Griffin, who had them 3rd best record in the NBA, and they ain't even make it an All-Star break, and now they're paying Doc Rivers. I mean, what you think about this bullshit out here in Milwaukee, man? What the hell is this shit, dog?
Doc be finessing niggas. That's the way nigga he talk. You know, you just gotta get out there.
Hey,
like, some motherfuckers got through running. Why you sound like this?
Hey, Doc can sell water to a well, salt
For
to
real.
a slug. He can sell bright light to a sun, dog. I'm telling you, this man whatever he's doing
He
in
can
them
sell blood to an erect penis.
no ED issues over here. hey, whatever he doing in them interviews, be enemy.
Right. Copy this. Take some notes. You need to be behind this nigga like, hey, you need to be behind this nigga just like this. So you said, okay. All right. Oh, you smile after that? Okay, good.
Hey, verbatim, dog.
Right, verbatim. You should be behind it to get all the movements down. So you kind of move like this, tilt your head to the left. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, dog, because whatever Doc is doing in these interviews,
hey, you need to do that shit.
Hey, be enemy, you need to do it verbatim.
Right. Everything.
Hey, cut. So you
need to be like Willie Tyler and Lester.
2 steps to the
left,
smile.
Right.
2 steps to the right, smile again. Cool. All right. Compliment to the family. Okay. Compliment to the organization. Cool. Got you.
That's Doc doing the P. Diddy treatment.
Oh wow. Eric, don't do that. Just be
if that's the case, Eric,
just be happy with what you got.
Stay
dog.
unemployed, nigga. Stay unemployed. I'd rather be an unemployed nigga than a dick mouth full of dick nigga. That's what I'm saying. I'm good.
I'm so good.
I'm so good.
So, you want
Nigga,
this job?
Hey.
No.
In 2023, I'm staying dick free.
Wait,
2024, I don't never want no more. I'm good. Nigga. I'm good.
I am so good, bro.
I am so good. But yeah, man, I don't know what's up with Doc, man. Doc, hey, how do you look at his resume and say, "Oh, this nigga I want"? You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, he had all-stars on the championship game. He won. He got, and then after that, he didn't do nothing. Went to the 76ers, had all-stars there, couldn't do nothing. Went to the Clippers, had a good team, didn't do nothing there. Hell, he played for Atlanta. He wasn't all that great anyway. So I don't know what we're looking at.
Hey, bro.
He wasn't a superstar when he played.
Bruh.
He was. I mean, he was a good player. He wasn't a superstar.
He's all right.
He's all right. You know what I'm saying? You be like, oh yeah, he was overshadowed by Spud Webb. I'm just saying. Am I lying? If you name people on the Hawks team, you probably say Neek, Spud Webb, what's my tall, Kevin Willis. Then you might say Doc. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, when you lying, I'll stop you, dog.
You know what I'm saying? You be like, Neek, Spud Webb, Kevin Willis, that nigga that brings the towels.
Water boy.
You know what I'm saying? Because the popcorn is such a person. You know what I'm saying?
Get my fingers real buttery.
Right. Then you might say Doc Rivers. What's the nigga at the ticket booth?
Hey, yo.
I don't know, man. He finessing the hell out of the NBA, bro. I will say, no, in all fairness, I will say this. He gets you a lot of wins. So, man, that's what they look at. He'll get you a lot of wins, but when it comes to the big game, he cannot win. So maybe just maybe, people are saying, well, maybe with this set of superstars, he can get over the hump. But then compare those superstars to the teams he coached. Look what he has. Look what he had the Celtics. Are your superstars better than what they had in the Celtics? Look what he had in the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? Look what he had over there with the 76ers. Either those superstars have a better or they're comparable. If he couldn't do it, with them, none of them was less than.
No.
So he couldn't do it with them. What makes you think he gonna do it with what you have?
I don't know, bro.
I don't know. He seemed like a cool person, personally. Well, you see him in an interview, but as a coach, you just look at him strictly as a coach, as a business, and you look at his resume. Why am I hiring you? I don't see why.
If that was the case, here's my thing. If I'm Milwaukee, I should have just hired Doc Rivers from the jump. He was still interviewing after he got fired from 76ers and before he decided to go to ESPN.
If Doc was a young coach, I can see it because you thinking maybe he'll catch fire as he get more experience. But he's an older coach.
Yeah.
So if he ain't done it by now, this new dog ain't learning new tricks. This old dog ain't learning new tricks.
He gonna give you the same result.
He gonna give you the same thing. He's not changing.
Yeah.
With younger coach, you kind of think, well, maybe he may change as he get older, but he's an older coach. He's been around for a while. He played in the 80s.
Man, you know what, man? I'm sorry, bro. And I don't mean to cut you off. I'm just getting a headache that these fools have the nerves to say, "Oh, he lost the locker room." First of all, he's a first-year head coach that interviewed for 14 different jobs before y'all hired him as the coach in Milwaukee. If you saying he lost the locker room when he's second in the East, third best in the NBA, your offensive numbers are damn good on the offensive side. Yes, it lacks on the defensive side, but come on, bro. What are we talking about? What did y'all expect? Did you really expect the moment that you lost Drew Holiday, brought in Dame, and your defense was going to get better?
Right.
No. The fact of the matter is if I'm the owner, if I'm the GM, I'm going to the locker room and I'm saying, hey, man, y'all players, y'all shut the fuck up and stop acting like some bitches. If you don't like him, so the fuck what? I like what he is producing right now because we are in contention in the East and we are in contention in the whole NBA.
I agree. Or you go there, you mediate. Okay, what's your issue? Let's come together, let's solve it, because we were trying to build something.
Yeah.
And people will buy into that. People buy into vision. If you got a vision and they see it, and everybody, it's a mutual vision. You get everybody on that mutual vision, they'll buy into it. It ain't about like. I don't have to like you. Yes. I'm buying into a mutual vision of winning the championship. And that's how so I put that on the organization itself.
To that point, Mel, that's what Giannis said. He said, I won't sign my contract extension until I feel that you as an organization is headed towards winning the championship. That's what he said this offseason. So how is having the job that Adrian Griffin did, how does that not have you going towards that goal? Because it does. 31-10,
right,
in the East, being third overall has you in that what you looking for. So if you're trying to talk about you don't get along with them, this is some real bitch shit. I'm sorry.
I agree.
This is some real spoiled ass. I got hundreds of $1 million bitch whiny crybaby shit. I'm putting it more on the players because y'all the ones that's bitching and crying about it. Fact of the matter is he got y'all in a position what you asking for, and all of a sudden I might not like the way you do it. I don't like you. I'm gonna use my power as your superstar to get rid of you. What?
Yeah, that's whole shit.
That's some whole shit. Hey man, Milwaukee Bucks roster, y'all some hoes.
There you go.
Y'all some bitches. I'm calling it what it is. Y'all some bitch assholes.
There you go.
Sitting here getting the dudes fired, but actually helping to help y'all produce what you want, which is put you in contention to win a championship.
Right. You taking money out of another man's pocket.
What?
Just for this.
That's bullshit,
I don't understand it, man. Well, here's my thing. you in mid season, here we go to All-Star break, and you change the coaches in the middle of that. You got to bring another coach, possibly learn a whole different philosophy, whole different scheme. I mean, that's not even smart. It's not smart on the GM. It's not smart on the players.
Well,
It's not smart on the organization.
Well, if I was the owner, I would have nixed that shit in a heartbeat. I'm like, wait, no. Fire him, the coach? You talking about the guy that has us in great standing in the NBA? No. Fuck that. Let's sit down. What the fuck is the problem?
Right.
Like you said, it's time to mediate because I'm not changing. I am not getting rid of this guy. First of all, it's not smart financially because, like AP said, now I'm paying three coaches at one job because I didn't got rid of a coach that just got us to a championship 2 years ago.
Right. You're right, Ant.
You know, and now I got rid of Budenhauser. And my thing is why didn't you not give Adrian Griffin the same grace you gave Budenhauser? Budenhauser, he made some questionable decisions as a coach when it comes to rotation, this and that. He wasn't the greatest.
Right.
So give Adrian Griffin that same grace and be like, hey, you never. The fact of the matter is he has you at the top of the NBA as a first-year head coach.
Right.
That's not 100% on the players. There has to be some coaching involved in that. The players can't get all the credit for that. Adrian Griffin has to get some credit for that.
For real.
Like, what are we doing?
Stupid shit.
That's some real whole shit. And you bring in a dude over the last 15 plus years has habitually failed in the playoffs,
right?
With all-star talent. We ain't talking.
That's his MO. Failure is the MO.
About no regular ass roster,
right?
We ain't talking about a coach that won a championship with a regular ass roster. We ain't talking about this dude coming in and he's coaching the B team. And miraculously get them to the playoffs. No, Doc Rivers has been given all-star talent, teaming with all-star talent, and teaming with all-star talent year in
on top of all-star talent.
At least three dudes that are all-star,
right?
And we can't get past the second round. We ain't even talking about the motherfucker felling in the conference finals, dog. We talking about you get past the second round, and this is what you bring in. This motherfucker been living off the 08 championship for a long day. He's been milk
right, for real.
Out of that 08 championship. This what you bring in?
Yeah, brought in Dollar General.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? For real, Walmart talent.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off
if they don't make the playoffs.
When the Bucks get bumped out by the second round.
Me too.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
Told you.
I want y'all to mark this date, January 25th, 2024, because then when they get eliminated in the playoffs, come May, June, we're gonna come back to this episode, and me and Mel are gonna bring it back up, and I'm gonna go off on y'all damn Bucks, and we gonna ha like homeboy. Just
oh yeah, what's his name?
We gonna melt in y'all ass. That's what we gonna do. Because I'm telling you right now, this is when you make moves like this, it's stupid as hell. I'm talking about we not okay.
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 Do you?
Y'all? If I'm Adrian Griffin, I'm like, all right, cool. Hey, just make sure them checks clear.
If I'm Adrian Griffin, I got NBA pass. I'm watching all the Buck games.
What?
I'm looking like,
bruh. Hey,
and every time I make a mistake, I wouldn't done that shit though.
Hey, kill him with tweets, dog.
Real.
Wouldn't have done that. If I was me, I wouldn't have done that. Yeah, that's shit wild, bro. This shit crazy, man. Can't believe when I saw that, I was like, wait, did they find the dude in the middle of the season? They didn't even wait till All-Star break. But wait, ain't it his first year? Wait, don't he got him in good standings? Wait a minute. He ain't got them being the worst team in the league. What are we doing?
And you still gotta pay him.
And you still gotta pay him. And
along
you still
with
got
two other coaches. Now, how does that make business? I'm looking at the ownership cross-eyed.
That's
Like,
bad business.
bro,
That's bad business
you're not a run a business. How you paying 3 people?
for one
Well,
job.
you might as well say 4 because when you hire a new coach, oh, yeah, hire Doc. You got Doc. So you got paying Doc Rivers, Boonhauser, and Adrian. So you paying 3 you paying 3 people.
You paying 3 guys for the same position,
The same position, right?
but we don't even
And
know.
when they fire Doc, it's gonna be 4.
But we don't even know who Doc bringing in. I'm pretty sure Doc might want to bring in some of his own assistants, some of his own peoples. So then you spread money over there. Hey man, this is funny. This is laughable, and I can't wait for this shit to blow up in the owner's face, in the GM's face.
For
Can't
real.
wait. But anyway, man, we gonna get up out of here, man. We want to thank everybody that joined us. Darren Smith, JJ, Pride of Detroit, and then of course,
Spirit of Detroit.
Oh, Spirit of
Yeah.
Detroit. My bad. Look, hey, I want to get it right. I don't want no smoke. Yeah, Spirit of Detroit. Our man over there that does the content for the Lions content. Stephen Boxer does content for the 49ers.
Right.
Darren Smith does content for the Chiefs, and then of course JJ does content for the Ravens. So we appreciate all 4 of those gentlemen for joining us on the annual AFC NFC Championship weekend preview that we've done here in I.O.W Sports. It's always a
Y'all notice that in the last 3 years we doing this?
we
haven't
done it
had
since 2019.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
well, we haven't had a Dallas Cowboy representative on here. No,
I don't anticipate one anytime soon.
Right. So just
Yeah.
let y'all know,
Yeah,
all y'all Dallas fans.
I don't anticipate one anytime soon. As long as they keep Mike McCarthy in the combination of him and that together, I don't anticipate
So
one.
I know we never see Flo on this show.
No, we'll see Flo on this show. Just
No,
won't be-
not talking about this particular one, the championship weekend show. We won't feel on that. No take Jake gonna be on here either.
Hey, at this point, we might see Jake on here quicker than
The Cowboys.
Cowboys. We might see a Broncos rep on here. Yeah, we might see Omar representing the Raiders on here before we see that.
Hey, don't take that shit too far.
Oh, that's too far.
Too far.
Nah, man. Hey, I
You
love
might-
what Antonio Pierce is bringing there. Hey, they might be all right.
Hey, you sound like you might hire Doc Rivers too. Talking that shit. Now gotta make better judgments, sir. Better judgments.
Hey, man, I can't with you. But hey, man, now we appreciate all 4 of those gentlemen stopping through.
Yeah.
Everybody's
y'all.
been in the comments, man. We appreciate y'all. Everybody that support anything I.O.W Sports, we appreciate you. It's
For
been
real.
real fun today. We gonna get up out of here, man. Until Monday. Hey, enjoy your AFC NFC Championship weekend. By the time y'all see us Monday, we will have our representatives for the Super Bowl. Hey, there's going to be a lot going on this weekend, man. So keep your eyes peeled back on the sports world. We'll definitely talk about it Monday.
All right.
You know what
the Lions win. I'm planning on getting alcohol poisoning.
You a lie. You don't even drink like that. I know
That's my point.
you be a 2 beers.
That's my point.
2 beers and be done. You passed out.
Got more energy. The Lions won, nigga. The Lions won.
Hey, just as long as they don't win the Super Bowl, because I am not trying to see parts of my body.
They win the Super Bowl. You know what's up.
No, sir.
I'll send the dick pics to everybody.
Nah, I'm changing my number immediately.
So like, as soon as you see the play fall, you
I'll be like, yo, like, how did you get this out so quick? I'm like, yo.
I have a set. In group chat, it's like ding ding ding.
Lions win. No, sir. Hey, man, y'all see at the bottom of the screen, we're going to find us. I.O.W Sports Network on Facebook, Instagram, Facebook,
Right.
Most importantly, the YouTube channel, man. Yeah. Yeah. Because Vince McMahon got himself in some hot water. Hey, yeah. I'm about to get off because I was about to say something that'll go take us down another rabbit hole. But you see at the bottom of the screen where to find us, man. I.O.W Sports Network, Facebook, Instagram. I'm supporting the YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification every time we drop new content. I.O.W Sports 1 on the Twitter. And then, hey, you want to chop it up with us personally, hit up Detroit Mail on the Twitter, KC Wildcard Martin on Twitter as well, man. It's been great, man. Holla at y'all. We'll talk to y'all monday. Peace and love. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He well.
Hey, I might take up a new hobby during the last win.
Yeah.